So that's who owns Windjammers?
Yes.
Or did SNK own Windjammers?
SNK did not own Windjammers.
Okay.
Gmode had it. Where it is today, where those rights are today,
You'll never tell?
I'll never tell.
Are they buried in your backyard in a mayonnaise jar?
Yep. I
Great.
picked him up for a song, holding out until Dave Lang or Platinum gives me the right amount of money for him.
Yeah. And then it will be on.
Yep.
You know what is no longer on Steam Greenlight?
What's that, Brad?
How'd you like that one?
It's great.
It's good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Hatred.
Hatred.
Oh,
This is that isometric, weird genocide
everyone.
thing.
Yeah,
the
the
icky
homicidal
thing.
maniac, fucking repugnant looking.
Yeah. Okay.
That went up on Steam Greenlight, and a bunch of people upvoted it, and then Valve took a look at it and was like, nuh-uh, and pulled it off.
Yeah. that's-
Discuss.
Well, don't they have like the Postals are available on Steam, right?
They are. You could argue that Postal has a more
Satirical,
yeah,
See, I haven't
satirical
actually-
approach.
I actually have not played the Postal games.
Like whether
They're shitty.
Yeah.
whether or not you actually think Postal is funny, like it's going for a comedic tone.
Yeah, I remember the ads and stuff where they would bring in like Gary Coleman and things like that. And even though the
So
humor,
that was all Postal 2.
okay,
Postal 1 was a little more grim. They didn't necessarily go but in Postal 1 you had to make your own comedy by pushing the suicide button, and he would say, "Only my weapons understand me,"
okay,
and then shoot his fucking head off. And you're like, "Well, that's dumb."
but it was trying to be funny from the beginning with Postal.
I don't know.
Or because
Not
the
so
thing
much.
is, I think the thing with Hatred is looking at these teasers and stuff. It certainly doesn't seem to be very tongue in cheek. I mean,
No,
it doesn't seem to be
right.
have
No.
any humor slant whatsoever. It just seems to be
Yeah, it seems like they're just making they're making. Someone pointed out on Twitter. I was talking about some of the Hatred stuff earlier, and they kind of nailed it. It's like they're doing the same thing that Jaffe is doing in his own weird way, where it's like this just seems like some fucking junior high kid.
Yeah.
that's just like fucking death, man, fucking rips.
Gonna have to have a meeting with the principal once they find this.
Exactly. Like it's like the human, like that game. Those trailers seem edgy in the same way like a Marilyn Manson album was
totally.
edgy at one point. You're like you're just going for it, but it's like the whole thing just comes across as kind of sad.
Like it almost makes you feel like it's 1999 again, and you're like watching the media fallout of like Columbine and the Matrix again, you know?
yeah,
Or it's just like, oh, trench coats are evil and everybody's worshiping the devil.
I feel like they would love to have that kind of reaction, like some like Tipper Gore and Mortal Kombat in the early '90s thing. Like they want the controversy, and they're trying so hard.
They're actively courting it.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Like everything they've released on this game has been very much like, oh man, look at us. It's so fucking crazy how dark it is.
Yeah.
I think the thing where this shifts, the thing where this kind of becomes something else, where like this debate is fine, and I think it's like, it's appropriate in a sense, but it gets into the kind of larger thing of like there's been some question about the developers themselves. It's a Polish team,
Yeah.
and I guess like there's been some claims that maybe they are literal white supremacists.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that they may be fascists. They may be neo-Nazis.
saw some tweets going around.
So there's stuff. There's that aspect to this that I think maybe takes it in a significantly darker direction. That kind of ups the ante on a lot of this debate in a way that that changes it a lot. If we're just debating like should this thing exist, like absolutely sure, why not? Who cares? Like stop talking about it; it'll go away. Like they're courting controversy in the most desperate way imaginable. It's like if Eminem were to release an album now, which he did, and it was like some of it was kind of like, okay, Grandpa, no, that's the things that were edgy then are not necessarily edgy now, and that's how the game comes across when you take it to this different level. And that's been the thing that like everyone, it's I don't know, I've not done the research to say one way or the other. Yes, these people are this. Yes, these people are not. There's a Polygon interview where I think they kind of came out and said, no, of course not. But of course they would say that.
Yeah, I saw their whole angle is that it's like, oh, everything's too politically correct now, and like we really want to go the other direction.
I think that's like a tactic or a feeling that you see a lot from people outside the U.S.
Oh, really?
That like that everyone kind of looks at America and the political correctness here and just goes like rolls their eyes at our society and culture and goes, you guys are so fucking uptight. I think that there are a lot of things in American culture and American history that make us that way. And the rest of the world kind of has to pay the price because their media has to sell here eventually. Not that doesn't really have anything to do with hatred, but that that to me is a big part of it. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. On one hand, like everyone has been so quick to condemn it, and it's one of those things where it's like it's just violence. Like obviously it's extreme, empty fucking violence.
Yeah.
I don't know. When you're celebrating the sadistic slaughter of tons and tons of innocent people, it's kind of
Like an Uncharted. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's it's a little different than when you're like dealing with people who are shooting back at you. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it and Postal trafficked in that as well. They just tried to have a sense of humor about it. And it's like, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, I really want to play that game, or oh, it looks awesome, or you guys are being too hard. But like, let them put out their dumb fucking thing.
Like of course,
and let it suck on its own merits.
Right. I mean, obviously, they have the right to make whatever they want.
Yeah,
but then
Valve has the right to not carry it.
Yeah.
I think that's a totally appropriate move by Valve. They can sell whatever they do or don't want to sell.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the developers are getting what they want out of all this. Because Valve takes it off. You're seeing headlines. You're seeing us talk about it. Like they are getting press for this.
it's like, oh, play the game banned from Steam.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it is literally they are literally like writing their own marketing campain based around that sort of stuff. They're too edgy for Gabe Newell doesn't want you to see.
They want the parental advisory sticker on it.
Yeah.
To me, though, like I haven't played the game, but from what I've seen of the footage and stuff, like there's nothing edgy about it. There's nothing like smart about it.
No.
It's like the laziest pandering. It's just like how ultra can our violence get?
Right.
Here you go. Here you're an invincible, sadistic psychopath gunning down thousands of people. Go for it.
Yeah. Right.
Like there's nothing in that. There's no intelligent commentary. There's nothing of redeeming value
of what they've
there.
shown. I mean,
again,
like,
having not played the game,
whatever,
but that's what they're pitching.
Yeah. What they're pitching just looks to me like lame.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like it's sure, it's whether you take offense to that or not, I think is up to for personal debate. Like for me, it's like whatever. There's so much murder in video games. Why start drawing lines now? That for me, you just look at it and go like, this looks like something that like some kid in junior high would have thought was fucking rad in 1992.
Yeah.
And like it's like that kind of thing brought to life, and it just looks fucking lame. Like it to me, it fits right in with like fucking death metal or something, where it's just like
Cannibal Corpse or something.
This shit is so fucking dark,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, look at how fucking edgy this shit is. Like, I guess. Sure.
It's like remember those old cable commercials for like the underground comedy movie where it's just like, oh, this is just way too hot for TV. It won't be released in theaters. And it's just, well, let's just take every hot button issue that we know is going to get a rise out of people and make a lazy joke and get fucking Pauly Shore or someone to be in it. And,
right. Yeah. It's like Uwe Boll trafficked in that sort of stuff.
Yeah. It's just shooting fish in a
here and
barrel.
there. Yeah.
I mean, it's,
But, I think, but obviously, like, where the situation changes is, like, are the people who are making this white supremacists?
I'd be curious to read about that because, that's where things do take a turn.
Yeah, then it gets into, like, it's not exactly the same, but, I feel like games have had to deal with the idea of the people creating them having, political beliefs that do not mesh with the people that are out there buying that media. It's not the first time that stuff's come up. It is quite possibly the most extreme.
Yeah, it's a question of degrees, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is like all the way in the red.
Yeah, right.
When it comes to that sort of thing,
it's like, oh, the developer is sort of center right. Like, okay, fine, I don't agree with them, but whatever. As an example, but like when
Shadow Complex, the Orson Scott Card stuff. Well, that was kind of the that it flared up a little bit around that. Yeah. This is obviously a few steps beyond.
Yes.
Well, plus, Shadow Complex, the game itself did not have anything particularly edgy or controversial. Yeah. Whereas this, it sounds like it's this double-headed thing of like, oh, the developers might be terrible, and also the game's content seems pretty rough to stomach.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there are too many questions on that end of it to really say for sure, but it seems that stuff seems there's a lot of smoke around that shit right now, and that seems potentially super fucked.
Based on what we've seen on Greenlight, we would not publish Hatred on Steam. As such, we'll be taking it down, said Valve's Doug Lombardi.
Yeah, all right.
I think it's smart.
I don't know.
Too hot for Steam.
Yeah, I guess. Like, that's, they're creating, like, everyone out there reacting to this game is literally creating a monster. Like, this thing would have, kind of come and went, and it would have been like, all right, wow, you made your dumb, ultra-violent, fucking stupid thing. Like, is it a shit game? Is it great? Like, I don't know, whatever.
I had forgotten all about it until
and then like the Steam flare up and now kind of the new round of conversation that people are having about it, is ensuring that this game will eventually find an audience.
Can't wait.
Yay.
Games, you think that they don't have to be serious, but boom, guess what?
Serious
there
games.
There are a lot of serious issues around the making and release of video games, whether you like it or not.
That's true. That is definitely true. I bet the same is true of video game movies.
There's nothing serious about video game movies except they are serious shit.